doing for Thanksgiving? Great. Same thing for us. Same thing here. We haven't had it in 2 years.
I knew you were coming because I saw a very big car in my.
Oh, that was David.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
You could just sense it.
I could feel it. I could feel it. I don't know. I walked with and then I felt.
Good to see you. Little.
But tell me.
Jim,
Shabbat Nariya.
have I seen you before?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No worries. I also am terrible with names, so please appreciate the reminder.
Amazing. Yeah, the girls are up and running, and we have to play zone defense. Yeah, yeah,
Walk down, so.
great.
Oh, yeah.
You're very lucky.
That's why I bring the beer.
Well, all of us are lucky.
Yeah, your daughters. I did those tough years without
Yeah, she knows she's lucky. My son-in-law knows it, but doesn't express it very much. But my daughter thanks us every opportunity. I don't know if it's funny, but I said, oh, my daughter's identical twin girls.
Yeah, I just got it from the.
They're 18 months old on top of a 4.5-year-old. So, yeah. My wife and I we're with them 7 days a week.
Hey, how are you?
Lisa's coming over.
Wow, good to see you.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to all of you, those of you who are joining us here, those of you who are joining us at home. It's great to be with you to welcome this Shabbat together. So I invite you to rise as you're able. If you're able, if you're at home, I invite you to bring your candles also to join us in candle lighting if you haven't done that yet. Also encourage you to turn on your cameras if you're on Zoom so we can see you and welcome you to this space. And let's take a moment, quiet. If you want to close your eyes or look at the candles, take a few deep breaths. Then the practice, the exercise of letting go everything from this week. That's it. The week is done. No matter what, it's gone. And now it's Shabbat. What a gift. An opportunity to be together in community, an opportunity to breathe in and breathe out without all the to-dos and things that we have to do. Reminding ourselves the basic understanding that we are human beings, not human doings, which all week we should remember, but at least Shabbat comes to tell us, take one day, stop doing, and just be. Take a few moments of silence, breathing in and out mindfully, recognizing and accepting and welcoming these gifts. That is Kabbalat Shabbat, is the time of Kabbalah, of welcoming, of opening, of receiving Shabbat, receiving these gifts. Holy one of blessing.
Holy one of blessing.
Your presence fills creation. Your presence fills creation. Your presence fills creation. Holy one of blessing.
Holy one of blessing.
Your presence fills creation.
Oh,
your presence fills creation.
Oh, your presence fills creation.
We take 3 times from the side of the Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai. Eloheinu melech haolam. Eloheinu melech haolam. Eloheinu melech haolam.
Asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu le'adlik ner
shel Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
It's a lot of room here. There's not a problem to be here. Please join us. Shabbat Shalom. Hi, Nola. Shabbat Shalom.
Yigale, gale, gale. Ufros chavivi ala. Shalom
For those of you who are here for the first time, or even if you have been many, many times, it's a reminder of a little bit of our kavanah, of our intention as we come on Shabbat Nariya. You can look in the back of the green page, the feel free, embrace silence, less is more, and pray as practice. And take a moment if you want to look into this, and really an invitation to do this here. There are very few spaces where we can do all those four at the same time. And silence doesn't mean the children's voices are not welcome. We love them. Silence means it's the silence of the soul. It's allowing ourselves to deep breathe in and breathe out, and allowing whatever is around to be in it and be present with it. Take a moment as we enter the journey of Kabbalat Shabbat.
קדמה פניו בתודה. לקדמה פניו בתודה. לקדמה פניו בתודה. בזמירות נגיע לו. בזמירות נגיע לו. יעלות שדי וכל אשר בו יעלות שדי. איי 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 יעלות שדי בכל אשר בו יעלות שדי. איי 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 אז ירננו כל עצי הער, אז ירננו כל עצי הער, אז ירננו כל עצי הער, אז ירננו כל עצי הער.
are welcome to come here. There are a few lines here. We want to keep as much as possible space because we're going to be dancing. And if you keep adding chairs, there won't be room to dance. So if we can leave room between the windows and that was purposely that way. So fill these chairs. After we dance, if you want to move back, that's great. Agree? Yeah.
Definitely. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Wow. So we find ourselves here in the final days of the month of Cheshvan. It's a no holidays month, a settle into our rhythms, fall turning to winter kind of time. The days are getting shorter. We've turned up our heaters, as I have. And I notice myself progressively adding more and more layers of clothing to keep warm. We've hit that point where there's more leaves on the ground than left on the trees. These rhythms can be comforting. And yet, as we know, we live in a time of climate disruption where these rhythms are getting interrupted. Recently, I was walking in the Arboretum on one of the unseasonably warm 70-degree days we had recently. And I noticed that some of the lilac trees, usually a spring blooming plant, were in fact blooming in November. On some trees, it was just a few buds or a few branches, while on others, it was significant whole chunks of the plant were bursting forth with bits of what's usually spring colors. It was an image out of time, a signal from the natural world of confusion and of stress. I was a little taken aback as I thought about how this kind of fall blooming is often triggered by the stress that stems from drought or unusually warm falls, or maybe both that have affected. It's hard to know what affected these trees, but possibly drought, possibly our warm fall, possibly both. But it made me think about how we will weather the winds of change. We're about to sing the pasuk, Or Zarua Latzadik, Uleyishrei Lev Simcha. Light is seated for the righteous, joy for the upright-hearted. I'm so taken by this image of the Or Zarua, of the light inside each of us that's contained within a seed. It makes me think about how seeds are a packet of energy and instructions, waiting, dormant for the right moment and the right conditions to burst forth and grow. And sometimes seeds can wait a long time. In conversation this week with a friend and teacher, Gabrielle, I was reminded that years ago at the Arava Institute, I visited 2 date trees that had been grown from seeds discovered at Mitzada, seeds that had survived and waited 2,000 years for the right conditions, and were now growing and now even fruiting. If light is seated within us, what are the conditions that we're waiting for to let our light emerge and begin to grow? As the winds of change swirl around us, how might we cultivate a heart of joy? The kind of joy that can persist and sustain us. Perhaps it's Shabbat, which, as Rev Claudia often reminds us, comes every week no matter what. No matter what's going on, Shabbat is going to be here. And maybe it's Shabbat that cultivates the fertile conditions we need. Maybe the time is now, right now. Shabbat grounds us in time so we don't get confused like the lilacs. Perhaps this Shabbat, we don't need to keep our light sealed tight in our inner seeds, but we can open up, let the light grow, and become people full of light who can share our light with the world around us. Or Zarua Latzadik, Uleyishrei Lev Simcha. Yiriyam, ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 oh. Araray, ray, 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 ay, oh. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 oh. Samru Adonai Bechino Bechino Bekol Zimra Samru Adonai Bechinor, Bechinor, Bekol Zimra. Zamru Ladonai, Bechinor, Bechinor, Bekol Zimra. Zamru Adonai, Bechinor, Ay, ay, oh. Ay, ay, oh. Ay, ay, oh. Ay, ay, oh. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, Remember, 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 yeah, Eloheinu. Remember, Romemu, 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 yeah. Eloheinu.
As many of you know, it is our practice to have during Shabbat Nariya kavanot intentions that are written especially for this Shabbat. We heard beautiful words by Noah before, and we always invite a TBZ member and a kavod member to also share some words to inspire us for the next psalm. I'm going to make a little push because both TBZ and kavod are having a little hard finding people. So if you want to do a kavana, come and tell us. Come tell me if you are TBZ, and come tell Aviva, because Aviva and I spend a lot of emails this week finding people. So we would love to have people to come ahead of time and say, I would really love to do a kavana. You have a whole month to let us know. So thank you. With that, I am grateful that Pam said yes. Pam Greenberg will give us the kavana for the next psalm.
It's great to be here. It's been a long week, and it's really nice to be here with all of you. So the psalm that we're about to chant, Kol Adonai al Hamayim El Hakavod Hirim al Mayim Rabim. I used to read that psalm as sort of evidence of God in nature, as talking about how God shows up in the natural world, and how we can see evidence of God in the world around us, even in kind of frightening things, maybe like thunder over water. But this week, I looked at those lines and I saw them a little bit differently. I had a week where I was noticing stress, and as it showed up in my body, maybe some of you are feeling the same as we head into a week where some of us will be spending with family, which can be wonderful, can be stressful, can be all of it. And so I was thinking about the waters, and it says, so the voice of God over the waters, over thunders over Mayim Rabim. So we can read that many ways, a multitude of waters, many waters. This week I was reading it as the waters that threaten to overwhelm us, whether they're worries or stressors. And so my kavanah, I think, going into this chant is, can we see God even in the mundane aspects of life, even in doing our bills, or even in the things that threaten to overwhelm us, threaten to drown us? And it's interesting about water. Water shows up in different ways in the Torah, and it shows up as a flood, and it shows up in the people being thirsty in the desert. And we have times in our lives that feel where we're thirsty for God, we're thirsty for a different kind of presence in our lives. And we have times where, for one reason or another, things seem a little overwhelming. And so my kavanah, I guess, that I'd like to offer to you, if it speaks to you, is can we find God even in the Mayim Rabim, even in the kind of overwhelming at times waters?
I want to say this because if you are into Psalms, into learning Psalms, and you're looking for a good translation of Psalms, Pam Greenberg wrote an amazing translation of Psalms. So you should really read Psalms as Pam translates them beautifully. Very inspiring.
Rise if you're able and bow to your spirit. Kol Adonai Alamayim, El HaKavodim. Kol Adonai Alamayim, El HaKavodim. Adonai Alamayim Rabim, Adonai Alamayim Rabim. Kol Adonai B'Torah, Kol Adonai Le'adon. Kol Adonai Alamayim, Adonai Alamayim, Kol Adonai, Kol Adonai Alamayim, Adonai Alamayim, Kol Adonai Alamayim, El HaKavodim. Kol Adonai Alamayim, El HaKavodim. Adonai Alamayim Rabim, Adonai Alamayim Rabim. Kol Adonai B'Torah, Kol Adonai Adonai Alamayim, Kol Adonai, Kol Adonai Alamayim, Adonai Alamayim, Kol Adonai Alamayim, El HaKavodim. Kol Adonai Alamayim, El HaKavodim. Adonai Alamayim Rabim, Adonai Alamayim Rabim. Kol Adonai B'Torah, Kol Adonai Le'adon. יחיד גר ועמך פן יחיד גר לעמך פני זוכרי קדושתך יחיד גר לעמך פני זוכרי קדושתך יחיד גר לעמך פני זוכרי קדושתך
Invite Leah Barsano from Kavod to share with us the Kavanah.
It's always interesting to see how the rabbis solve a conundrum. And there's one of those solutions sitting in the Lecha Dodi text. The first time the 10 commandments are listed in the Torah, the fourth commandment says to remember Zachor, the Sabbath day. But the second time that the 10 commandments are found in the Torah, the fourth commandment says instead to observe Shamor, the Sabbath day. Now, modern scholarship would say that this is the product of combining multiple texts, but the rabbis had a different answer. They concluded that actually Zachor, remember, and Shamor, observe, were said as one, both words uttered at the same time in a way that can only emanate from the divine voice. And this is the first line of Lecha Dodi, Shamor v'Zachor, to observe and remember, b'dibur, spoken echad, as one, said as one. As a side note, why Shamor v'Zachor and not Zachor v'Shamor, which is the order that it appears in the Torah? Well, the author Shlomo Alkabetz, who came originally from Salonika in the Ottoman Empire, as many of my ancestors did, structured Lecha Dodi as an acrostic of his own name. Arguably a narcissistic tradition, or perhaps the greatest copyright claim ever. And so he needed to start with Shamor for Shlomo. Now, Shamor, when we look at its extended meanings, is also used in our texts, not only for what we would call observation, but also what we might translate as to keep watch, to guard in the sense of to safeguard, to protect, and to preserve. A few weeks ago, I was witness to a powerful embodiment of this. I had the deep privilege to visit my friends in the Massachusetts tribe at Ponkapog, who, along with their cousins, the Nipmuc, held the first post-colonial Mashun burning in Boston. If we were all well-versed in the culture of the lands upon which we occupy, we would all know what a Mashun is. And I am well aware that because of the forces of white supremacy, many of us have been prevented from accessing this knowledge. A Mashun is a traditional dugout canoe that has huge importance, both practical and symbolic, to the Northeast woodland peoples. To make a Mashun, you maintain a controlled and continuous burn in a section of tree trunk until it is hollowed out and can serve as a boat. It's a very, very delicate art because you're bringing together fire and wood. And you have to be very careful that the sides of the tree are maintained while the fire burns down the middle, straight down only. At the Mashun burning in Boston, as their ancestors did for thousands of years, community members were present with the Mashun around the clock, constantly spraying down the sides with water so the sides would not burn. The Mashun was not left unattended and uncared for a second in the entire week that the Mashun burned. I thought at the time that I had never seen such a powerful and tangible manifestation of Shamor, to keep watch, to preserve the Mashun itself, to preserve a cultural heritage, and Zachor, to remember profound and ancient traditions and ways of being in one breath, spoken together. It's perhaps a grandiose statement to say that our society, built as it is on white supremacy and colonialism, has lost sight of the fact that Shamor and Zachor are one and the same, but I believe it's true. As we proceed into Lecha Dodi, I invite you to dwell on what our tradition has to teach us about the oneness of Shamor and Zachor, not only within the context of Shabbat and in our Jewish tradition, but elsewhere in our lives as well. And in thinking about the nature of a divine voice that can say two words at once, I realize that this is also the ability of the collective of many voices, as ours is. I don't know if this is rabbinically sanctioned, But I invite you to take on this challenge when we hit the first line of Lecha Dodi. For some of you to try flipping it to say Zachor v'Shamor, so that we can actually experience in this room a taste of the divine voice that utters Shamor and Zachor to observe and to remember together as one. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Leah,
Shkach.
at TBZ, there are very few things that are rabbinically sanctioned.
Lecha, lecha, Dodi. Lecha, Dodi, likat, likat, kala. Likat, kala, b'nei, b'nei, Shabbat. B'nei Shabbat, likat. Good Shabbos.
we're passing the Sidurim. And I'll be announcing pages here, and at home there'll be different pages, the same text. And to be on page 50 on the blue Sidur here, and at home page 19. Ay, 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 da, 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 ay, 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 da, da, da. Oh, rise as you are able. Ay, 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 da, da, da. Ay, ay, da, ay, ay. Baruch et Adonai Mevorach.
Baruch Adonai Amvorach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Mevorach Leolam Vaed. Umavir yom, umer bilayla, umavir ben yom uvelayla. Adonai tzebahot shemo, el chai vekayam, tamid imloch aleinu leolam vaed. Baruch atah Adonai, amari v'aravi.
We are love, 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 by unending love and unending love.
We are love,
Love, love, love, by unending love
and by unending love.
oh,
Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha אתה.
חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת. Oh, we are love, 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 by unending love and by unending love. Oh, we are love, 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 by unending love and unending
כי
love.
הם חיינו
Oh,
באורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה, באהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע
Shema
ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. Adonai Elohechem. We're on page 60 here, 25 at home. ומלכותו ורצון קיבלו עליהם, מרים ובני ישראל לכנו שירה, בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. מלכותך רוב בניך בו קיים לפני משה, זה ליהנו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר כי פד אדוני את יעקב, וגאה לו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. 63, 62, or 26. Help us, O God, to lie down in peace and awaken us to life on the morrow. May we always be guided by your good counsel and thus find shelter in your tabernacle of peace. Shield us, we pray, against our foes, against disease, destruction, and sorrow. Strengthen us against the forces of evil which abound on every side. May we always sense your loving care, for your merciful God and sovereign. Guard us always and everywhere. Bless us with life and peace. Ufros aleinu sukat, sukat, shelomecha, ufros aleinu sukat, sukat, shelomecha, shalom. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Let there
There be
be
peace. Let there be peace. Let there be peace. Let there be peace.
ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו, על כל עמו ישראל, על ירושלים ועל כל העולם. Rise as you are able, 64 or 27. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. Yamin asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz ubayom hashvi'i Shabbat v'yinafal.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה ועלמדים בנחרותי וימליך מלכותי איי 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 לך יכול אור ימיכון וחיי דכל בית ישראל ארבע הגלה ובזמן קריב וימרדו המלך יש מרבה מברך לעלמו לעלמי עלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו איי 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 לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה עטוש בחתה ונחמתה דמירם בעלמה ואמרו Silent Amidah, either the words of the Siddur, page 69 here, 29 at home, or time for your own personal meditation. ותאר ליבנו לעובדך, 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 לעובדך באמת, ותאר ליבנו לעובדך, 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 לעובדך באמת. ותאר ליבנו לעובדך, 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 לעובדך באמת, ותאר ליבנו לעובדך, 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 לעובדך באמת. Page 118 of 44, עלינו. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגי ארצות, ולא שמנו ממשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו עמהם, וגורלנו עם כל המונה. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד. You may be seated. This week, we commemorate the yahrzeit of Bertram Annenberg, Norman Cohen, Shoshana Rose Comet, Philip Goldstein, Morton Grossman, Shandel Kamenker, Saul Cates, Murray Katz, Hannah Katzenstein, Esther Keller, Maurice Kirschner, Paul Levine, Eugene Levine, Shirley Leviton, Dorothy Ezer-Levitt, Irving Roberts, Philip Shandlin, Lou Seeger, Sybil Schulman, Julius Solomon, Alice Wolf, Celia Fisher, Annie Ginsberg, Rose Katz, Benjamin Manevich, Abraham Rosenblum, Fanny Schenfold, Robert Szymanski, and Louis Weiner. If you are in mourning or commemorating a yahrzeit or your custom is to rise for the mourner's Kaddish, please do so. The mourner's Kaddish, Kaddish Yatom, is on page 124 here, 48 at home. There are other names we did not mention that we'd like us to add. Mourner's Kaddish, Kaddish Yatom, page 124 or 48. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה,
אמן.
ועלמה דברה חילותה, וימליך מלכותה, וחייכון ויומכון, וחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהיה שמך רבה מברך ללה ולנער מאיה,
יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירם בעלמה באמרו אמן יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו על כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו אמן. You may be seated. Again, welcome to all of you. Those of you who are here for the first time, those of you who are here every week, those of you who are here every month, those of you who are home. Thank you, Gabriel, as always, for bringing our experience also to home on Zoom and YouTube. And it's great to have you all here. If you're staying for the potluck, and I hope many of you are, we'll come downstairs for it. A couple of things for everybody. It would be super helpful if you help us bring both the Nariya pages as well as the Sidurim back to the back. And when you put them in the back, not yet, stay. Put them in the back, put them divided in the right box, so then we can use them again and put the Sidurim back. This will be helpful for our ushers as well as for our custodian that it's coming in a few minutes to help and clean up so we are ready for tomorrow services. And if you are staying for the potluck, just a reminder from our kashrut policy, we can bring potluck and home from food. All needs to be dairy or vegetarian, and we ask you to label it. If you didn't label it at home, there is some, and you're okay writing on Shabbat, there are pieces of paper to label, to write the ingredients, both for a kashrut perspective as well as from allergy perspective, so people know what they're consuming. And we cannot bring anything to the kitchen. So you must take, before you leave, you might take your stuff back home, because we end up throwing up a lot of stuff at the end because we cannot bring it back to the kitchen. We cannot use it. And every month we are keeping more and more, there are more and more containers, Tupperwares in the lost and found. So if you forgot one last month, check the lost and found. So please, what you check before you leave, what you brought, and take it home, finish it tomorrow. So grateful for all the gifts. There's so much going on, and I'm just going to announce one thing that I hope many of you will join us. We have an annual Brookline Clergy Interfaith Service for Thanksgiving, and we haven't had it since before COVID, and we're very excited to have it this Sunday again. It's organized by the Brookline Interfaith Clergy, which I am one of the co-conveners. And this Sunday is going to be at the Church of Our Savior. It's 25 Monmouth in Brookline. Sam is going to be playing music. And it's at 4:30 p.m. And we get clergy from all Muslim, Christians, and Jews coming together to pray in honor of Thanksgiving. So it's a beautiful service. I get very jealous from the religious garb of my colleagues, because we all come with a religious garb, and we the Jews come with talit, and they come with like super colorful stuff. And at the end of the service, I'm like, maybe I'll just steal a few of those. Not yet. I'll get to that. So maybe you'll help me on Sunday. Okay. No, but don't come for the clothing, come for the service. And we ask people to bring donations, either food or make donations to the Brookline Food Pantry that serves a lot of clients in the town of Brookline. So that is our way to celebrate Thanksgiving. So it's at 4:30, it lasts for about an hour. And again, it's at the Church of Our Savior. It's on Monmouth Street in Brookline. It's on the other side of Coolidge Corner. I hope you can join us. And there is much more, but I think I'm going to stop because there is too much going on. So just check our website and your email if you receive email. And I'm going to pass it. And if you want to receive TBZ emails, call up this. Shabbat Shalom.
My name's Aviva. I'm the spirituality team leader at Kavod. So good to be here with all of you. We're always so happy to co-sponsor Shabbat Nariya with TBZ. I want to just start the Kavod announcements by extending out what Leah shared and acknowledging the Wampanoag and Massachusetts peoples on whose traditional territory we're gathering, acknowledging them as the past, present, and future caretakers of this land. And we hope that by just acknowledging them in this small way, along with shared work together, that we can really uplift and honor the resistance of Native peoples and all the people who made possible our presence here today. And I want to share with you who is Kavod. What is Kavod, if you don't know? Kavod is a multi-ethnic, multiracial community led by young Jews in Greater Boston, committed to each other and to building a liberated world for all people. And if we haven't met you, or if you're new to Shabbat Nariya, can you just raise your hand? We're so glad you're here. Oh, good. We would love to meet you. Wonderful. And you can learn more about Kavod on our website if you would like to know more about who we are. The website is kavodboston.org, and that's also where all the upcoming events are. A few things coming up at Kavod. We have Shabbat services next coming up on December 2nd. We always have on the first week of the month, and then we always join for Shabbat Nariya. And the climate team meeting for Kavod is coming up to continue to explore climate and environmental justice partnerships. And we have the anti-racism curriculum team meeting, which is a regular team that joins. So if you want to join any of those teams, you can go to kavodboston.org and find more direction. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. So we are going to, one more thing, because you are here, which is we are looking for volunteers for Shabbat Nariya to help with the potluck, which means to kind of host it, to make sure I'll tell you. So I don't need to be the last one to leave. I need people that are willing to stay and make sure that we can close up and leave. So it's not me or our custodian. So if you are willing to be a volunteer of our potluck, which means make sure that everything is good, that when we finish, things are put in the compost and that things are clean enough, and then make sure that the lights are off, etc. Not every Shabbat, but once in a while, just let us know. You can email our office, you can email Rochelle, my assistant. So it's not Josh or me cleaning up at the end, right, Josh? Yeah, thank you. And we're going to come together, inviting and welcoming angels. Come close up. Close. Angels. Shalom Aleichem, no?
Okay, yeah.
I thought we were doing Shalom Aleichem. I don't know. Shalom Aleichem. Come close, everybody, come closer.
Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, B'choni leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, B'chem leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malachei Hamachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch
יום השישי ויחולו השמיים והארץ בכל צבאם
ויכל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה. וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי, ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו, אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. סברי חברה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו בשבת קודשו ואהבה ורצון הנחילנו זיכרון למעשה בראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקרא קודש זכר ליציאה כי בחרת ואותנו קידשת עם כל העמים בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. חיים. We connect to the challah or to someone connected to the challah. Everybody connect. Alma.
Wireless. She's wireless connected.
Teenagers become wireless at some point. We say the bracha together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu.
Amen. Oh,